What do you think about the impact of risk? Often we look at risk and think, yeah, something to do with our project. It's important, but actually, poor risk management has the ability to significantly impact your business more broadly, as well as just your project. And what I want to look at in this video are 3 impacts of poor risk management and what you can do about them. I'm Elizabeth Harrin. I am a blogger, author and project management trainer, and I'm happy to walk you through the impacts of poor risk management today, starting with the first one, which is poor user adoption. User adoption is getting your team members, the people who are affected by the project, to actually follow the process and do what it is that you're implementing. So if we're implementing new software, then user adoption would mean at the end of the project, everybody actually knows how to use the software, what it does, and are happy to do so to carry on and do their job in a new way. So if they don't do that, you're going to have poor results because you will not find people use the tool that you've delivered, and that kind of undermines the whole benefit of the project. So the best practice way of managing risk is to make sure that that doesn't happen for you. And if you're going to take that approach, you want the process to be not bureaucratic. You don't want it to be difficult for people to follow the process. So let's say we're adopting a new process. We want that process to be effective and robust, so people follow it, but it is efficient. We want the process to be uncomplicated, so people can adopt it easily. And we want the process to be streamlined, so it needs to do what is required. It needs to be fit for purpose and follow what the users think is the best route forward. So any approach to changing the way that people works requires change management, and that's where your risk approach comes in. There is a risk of poor user adoption if you do not effectively manage change on your project. So what you need to be thinking about is how can we actively involve people in the change so that we can bring them on board and get this user adoption, get people to use the solution that we have created for them. Another risk that you may well be facing on your project is the risk of unrealized benefits. Risk can kill a project's benefits overnight, or they could be eaten away very slowly because management practices may well be inefficient. So if your team is not working efficiently and effectively, every task that you do, every process that you do adds time and weight and cost into the way that you're managing the project. If your project is based on a business case that has a particular return on investment, you will find the more resource you throw at the project, the less return on investment you get. It's just how the budget works. So you need to make sure that what you're doing with risk is right-sized for your organisation, and that means you don't want so much bloat in the risk management process. You want to make sure that you are tailoring your approaches so that you are streamlined and efficient, because poor risk management adds in this extra layer of bureaucracy and admin, and that will eat away at your project's ability to achieve its return on investment. Okay, the third thing we are going to look at today is the unforeseen risk of the late running project. Actually, it's probably not that unforeseen, is it? Because many projects run late. And the challenge we're facing here is that if you do not do risk management effectively, unforeseen risks, the risks that you could have foreseen and chose not to because you didn't do your risk identification effectively, they can slow down your project because they come out of the woodwork at an inconvenient time, and then you are scrabbling around trying to address a risk because you haven't managed it and mitigated it effectively by thinking it through in advance. That can add delay to your project, and overall that can cause for you not to hit your milestones. So what do you do about that one? Delays tend to happen when you're hit by a risk that you didn't expect to see. So when you're not expecting to see the risk and it comes to you, then that is when you're going to find that your risk management has let you down because you could have done things better. So risk workshops, schedule them at the beginning, schedule them all the way through, make risk management a priority so that you can spot these things before they come and bite you on the bum and then cause your project to be delayed. So risk management has the ability to influence so much about the way you manage projects. Poor risk management can lead to unforeseen delays because of risks that you didn't spot. It can lead to unrealized benefits because your processes are so difficult and long-winded that you eat away at your potential financial costs by spending the money while doing the project instead of seeing it as a benefit at the end. And also through poor user adoption because you didn't accept and manage the risk of potentially the impact of change on the people who are working with the solution that you're delivering on your project. So that's been 3 impacts of poor risk management. I'm sure you can think of some others, and I might come back in another video and tell you more about some other things that can go wrong if you don't focus effectively on risk management. Hopefully there's some tips in there that you can use, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.